When the NWO destroys
Anything less would be civilized.
Hey, welcome, friends, fellow wisdom seekers, fellow truth seekers, anybody out there, welcome to the Brave New World Order podcast, straight out the catacombs of podcasting. I am your host, Brandon St. One, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me today, as I have a very special episode. I have a guest on the episode today, and it is one, if not the most divisive topics, conspiracies. It's divisive in the conspiracy community. People go at each other about this one. I have David Weiss, aka Flat Earth Dave, and he came on and we just had a discussion, and it was awesome. And I don't know how you guys are going to take this, and I'd love to hear from you about it. But it's awesome because we just kind of go off about the deceptions and the psyops and just everything related to how we are being misled and we're not living our true potential as humans. And it's pretty awesome that we just got to talk and shoot the shit. I originally planned to just have him explain flat earth as if like I didn't know anything about it, and maybe somebody who's skeptical, but it didn't really turn out that way because we just kind of went off and just had a conversation, and it was great. So I don't really consider it an interview. I asked him a few questions here and there and stuff, but I don't really consider it an interview. It was just two humans having a conversation, thinking outside the box, and dissecting this reality that we live in. And he just has a really interesting perspective. And it was really fun to talk to him. I think he's a really nice guy, a really positive guy, and I like his energy. And he gets a lot of shit, and he always just keeps it cool, and he always just keeps it positive, and I like that about him. So it was fun to talk to him. And I know, like I said, this is one of the most, if not the most divisive conspiracy, the most divisive topic at all with anything. It's the one that turns people into Agent Smiths like you've never seen before. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And my ultimate thoughts on flat Earth is I think that this part of whatever this reality is that we live in is a flat plane. I don't know if it's an infinite one. I don't know if it's a big giant sphere or like a giant, whatever they call it, like a tetrahedron or whatever, like a giant, like 24-sided Dungeons and Dragons dice or something. I don't know what is going on here, but it seems like we are probably in some kind of pond-like situation. And it may go on forever and ever. There may be more land. I don't know, but I love thinking about it, talking about it. So don't be scared. Just take it all in. Have an open mind. You don't have to turn into an Agent Smith, because if anything, with flat Earth, you could definitely learn a lot of stuff. You learn a lot about the deceptions. You learn about the Nazis, and we get into this stuff. But this is definitely not like the definitive podcast if you want to learn from the beginning. We just have a conversation, and we get into a bunch of different things, and it's not like a breakdown with all the scientific formulas and stuff that he can break down that I've seen him do on podcasts. So I definitely recommend go check him out. He's debated people, and he's usually pretty good and keeps it cool. I don't, not saying that he proves anything. None of this stuff has been proven either way, no matter what they tell you. So have an open mind, check it out, reach out, let me know what you think. Email me, the Brave New World Order podcast at gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter at BraveNWO podcast. Share the podcast if you like what I'm doing here. Leave a review, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to help support the show, you can. There are a couple links in the show notes for you. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link that you can click if you want to help out. Buy me a coffee, whatever. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart, for joining me as I try to dissect this reality, just trying to figure out all the little pieces of the puzzle, put them together, and just think about shit outside of the box and have fun with it. So I had a great time talking to Dave Weiss, Flat Earth Dave. Let me know what you think. Check it out. There we go.
Cool. All right. Nice.
We're live. There we go. Not live, but cool. How's it going, Dave?
It's going good, Brandon. What's happening? Nice globe.
Yeah, I thought that'd be cool to put in the background, right? For this fitting. So yeah, my podcast called The Brave New World Order. I thought this would be great. I always wanted to do a podcast on it or something about flat Earth. So fitting to have the man, the legend, David Weiss, Flat Earth Dave. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. I've watched like a bunch of your videos and stuff, but I don't know where my audience stands on everything. So maybe we can just start like as if you were just talking to somebody who didn't really know that much about it, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's good your audience is into conspiracies, right? Analyzing conspiracies. What's the definition of a conspiracy? When two or more people get together to conspire for their own benefit. Do you think that's possible in this world that two people
I wonder, right?
Might conspire for the benefit of themselves? So when people say conspiracy theories, that was weaponized. So I call myself a conspiracy analyst. I'm looking for the truth. I don't want any specific outcome. I just want the truth. The flat earth is such an amazing one because people's reaction to it is so amazing. It's because we were programmed before we can talk, right? Our parents gave us NASA sheets and mobiles of planets, and then you go to school, they teach about dinosaurs, volcanoes, rockets.
Right from birth. Space, looking up at this. Yep.
And then all of the greatest movies, are Star Wars, and it's incredible.
It really is.
But once you look into it, if you want to learn something new, you have to forget everything you've been told and start out fresh. So start out fresh. You know nothing. You've never been anywhere in the world. Go outside. Look at the water. Feel. And you are going to be, by default, be on a flat, stationary, level, horizontal plane. And then if you want to say that it's spinning, show me the proof.
Exactly. Yeah, sure. And that's funny too, because when you ask people for proof, they don't really know much about it. They just kind of freak out.
People say, well, everyone can't be in on it, right? No, they're not. And the scientists are the worst. The teachers are the worst. They're the ones that memorize and regurgitated all the nonsense, and they think that they're smart. There's people that will laugh at you, ridicule you, make fun of you for being a flat earther. Then you say, how many times does the Earth in the heliocentric model spin in one day? They can't even answer that. It's once. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
How fast is it orbiting the sun? How far away is the sun? How big is the sun? How far is the moon? They can't answer any of them, but they'll laugh at you, the person that's been researching and thinking and working things out. They'll laugh at you, and they have all the pre-programmed responses. What, are all the other planets flat?
Yeah. Yep.
What about boats over the horizon? What about seasons, right? And seasons and time zones. I can't believe people still throw that out there. When someone goes, what, I'll explain seasons and time zones. At this point, I just ban them. I'm like, you're too stupid to even become.
Right. And then boats over the horizons. I mean, now with the cameras that we have and the technology, when I was a kid, that's how you go to the ocean and you see the boats, you go, oh yeah, that's the curve. That's cool.
Yeah,
but
that's
now
what we were all brainwashed. We were all
zooming, and then you see farther and farther.
When I was a kid, and I think they still show it in school, they show an old three-masted ship sailing away on a super rough day, and then they edit the film, edit, and it gets lower, lower, and lower. And if you watch it, on a rough day, the waves do a number on what you're seeing, but every time they edited it, they lowered the camera. So you lower the camera,
and that changes everything.
When you're looking out at something like a boat going away, the boat's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and the little waves in the foreground will block out a city skyline, let alone just a little tiny boat.
Right.
People don't realize that because they were never taught that. You're not taught. That's kind of why they get rid of art in school. They don't want people learning about perspective, because perspective will teach you enough.
Yeah, definitely. And they dumb down art too. Like art now is you see the stuff that's fine art now is just ridiculous. And you go back and you look at how art was and how crazy the sculptures and paintings were and stuff. They dumb everything down, just like music. Music has been dumbed down, just movies, just like everything.
It's been weaponized. It literally has been weaponized. And I used to think, wow, we're at the top of civilization, and I say it all the time. We're actually in the middle of the movie Idiocracy, coming towards the end.
Yeah, for sure.
And I say it used to be people Idiocracy. I'm like, oh, it used to be a comedy, but now it's a documentary.
It's a documentary. Yep, it is.
Right.
We're right in the middle of it. And Flat Earth is like the one though. Like you mention it, and it's like immediately like Agent Smith comes out. People turn on you. I mean, like you can talk about other stuff. Vaccines is kind of a rough one.
That scene in the Matrix with the woman in the red dress, where they have Neo on the street. In the Matrix, where the red woman in the red dress and Morpheus is telling Neo, he's like, anybody that's still plugged in the Matrix, they can be a agent, right? And that is the truth. And there are literally, the worst people in the world are these ones that they're NPC agents, whatever. They're part of the system. They're fighting for their own slavery, and they don't know it. It's fascinating.
They don't. Yeah. I mean, it's like my own family members and stuff too. I've seen it, and it sucks because it's my family, but I've seen the way.
No, your extended family, your birth family, or
my brother and like my mom and stuff like that. I'm not married or anything, so
okay.
And so it's like that, and I see. I've always been the one conspiracies and stuff, and I can usually get away with some shit. But now it's like, especially if I mention flat Earth, vaccines, right away,
Yeah,
like
it's
Agent Smiths, they come out and they regurgitate the same shit too. It's always the same talking points, same thing that was on the news. So it's like, ugh. I mean,
this news is toxic. I say, the news causes cancer. Listen to the news, and you will get cancer.
Yeah, for sure.
We do a lot of preaching to the choir, because we're all, anyone that's into flat Earth, they're all interested, right? And we all learn from each other. But I'm doing my best to get on podcasts that aren't flat earthers. You're a flat earther. Maybe some of your listeners aren't flat earthers. That's good. Really fun to get on these podcasts that think flat Earth is stupid and want to have me on for a laugh.
I've seen some of your ones. You've gone on, debated some people, and it usually turns to like that Agent Smith thing, and it's name calling, and it's you're ridiculous, and blah blah blah.
The one you're referring to is it's Professor Dave, and that guy.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Okay, Jill. But on my app, the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app, if you hit the debunking the debunkers, one of the top videos on there is Mind Shock. Have you watched that channel yet?
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen that. That's pretty good.
Mind Shock is amazing. He doesn't take sides. He just analyzes debates for logic and ad-homs and logical fallacies, and he breaks it down. And every time he does one, flat versus globe, the globe people get destroyed.
I've seen that. Yeah, the fallacies thing's going crazy for them, right? For the globers. The countdown.
I just featured one, I think, yesterday on the app, which was he broke down Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
Phenomenal. Go hit the archive button next to the featured video and find that guy. It's a good one.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's like that. People just don't want to hear it or whatever. Where I stand on like flat Earth is like I don't know, like exactly what is going on. Like nobody does. What? Yeah, exactly. But like, maybe it's way bigger. Maybe there's more. Like I like the more land thing. Antarctica is like one of the things. Like that's what even if you're not on board, right, with like flat Earth, whatever. Just look at Antarctica. Look at all of that stuff. Look at the Nazis and NASA. It's very hard to dispute that stuff.
Well, the two places that would tell us the truth about this world, the North and the South, are off limits.
Yeah, and, right.
Have you seen? If you go on Google, go onto the web browser of Google Earth, and break out the area measure tool, and put a square, a circle or whatever around any massive land, and it'll tell you the square miles. And then try it around Antarctica and watch what happens.
Yeah,
it literally
won't let you show anything, right?
Runs away. It literally does like a crescent moon around it. It won't let you circle Antarctica because it can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, something's up with that place. I don't know, sure. Something's up with that place.
Here's the thing. Stuff. I think all flat earthers can agree, except the crazy, insane ones that think that we live in a Pac-Man world, that Antarctica is the shoreline of our known world. Some biblical people and non will say that's it. The dome terminates and nobody can ever get past it. Well,
firmament.
I'm not a fan of that,
Mm.
I'll hold it as a possibility. I don't think it's the case, though. I think that there's more land possibly within our pond, and definitely,
That's interesting.
definitely, yeah. I think there's land in the Southern Oceans that they don't want us to know about. You know, the only place to go to Antarctica is from Santiago and from, I think, Australia. And I think they're going to different continents. They're literally going to separate continents on the other side of the pond. And
Mm.
I don't,
I see
I
what you're
think,
saying.
yeah. And when we talk about the ice wall, you know, the shoreline, I don't know. There might be passages farther out to other ponds, you know, and the
Yeah,
real
right.
shoreline holding our oceans in are worlds and worlds away. Maybe they're all interconnected. Um, you know, if you watch a couple of my recent video interviews, I talk about we found a ship that was deep inside of Antarctica, like hundreds and hundreds of miles inside the shoreline, a giant ship, 580 meters. That's
Wow.
huge.
Yeah.
I think it was 580 and 80 meters wide, gigantic cargo ship. And they had very little information, but we saw that it was registered on the island of Kiribati. You ever been there? Kiribati?
No.
Ever hear of it?
No.
It's a tiny
Never.
little atoll, sandbar, coral island, tiny in the middle of the South Pacific. You can go on Google Earth and zoom in and you can find it. And it literally doesn't show up until you zoom way in because it's so small. And they have a giant cargo ship heading outwards towards Antarctica. I think it's trade routes to other ponds, to other worlds.
Yeah,
How
something's
would
up.
you ever know?
How would you?
You ever know? And maybe they're trading technology. Maybe there's food. Maybe there's children. Maybe there's sex slaves. Who knows what they're doing? Could
Right,
be
who knows?
technology. It could be, you know, maybe it's grain. Who knows?
I mean, one major thing here is definitely like managing the resources, right? And keeping like scarcity and stuff. So who really knows? Like, could be like that's oils out there and everything. Who knows?
Think about this: food scarcity. Everybody on Earth, you know, in 90 major percent, live in an area where you can take a seed, stick it into the ground, water will fall from the sky, and food will grow out of the ground.
Yeah.
Right? Have you seen
Right.
the technology where people are taking, get a stick, coil a copper wire around it, and then stick it into the ground and have like some sort of antenna at the top, right?
Okay.
And stick it in the ground in your garden, and your garden grows like 3 to 5 times as big.
Oh damn! No, I haven't seen that.
And it's all about
That sounds
copper.
awesome.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
they used to make tools, gardening tools out of copper, and they changed it to iron because iron sucks the life out of the soil, where copper actually gives it
charges it up and
the
stuff.
charges that it needs.
Yeah.
So
Fuck, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, they want to control everything. I know that for
Everything.
sure. So, I mean, when people say, well, how, flat earth, big grand conspiracy, everybody's involved and stuff, I mean, it's not that complicated when everything else is already like set in place. It's like on, one thing on top of another across the board. So it's not that hard to manage information, manage resources, and compartmentalize everything. Like people at NASA might not know. They might think they're working on space and shit, but I mean, they're not talking to the other departments and the higher ups and stuff.
They actually really suck at what they do. They're amateurs. But the thing is, they know, this is just my opinion, they know how this world works, where we really are, how thoughts create reality. They know all of this. So they're like teenagers in their mentality, and they screw up and they're lazy, but they know they have a massive advantage because they know the truth of this realm, and they know the rules that they can't break. And that's how they're winning this war. I don't want to say they're winning. That's how they've gotten away with it for so long, because they've taught people that, spiritual, non-physical, things don't exist. So that we're fighting a spiritual war, and people they can't see it because they don't even believe it exists.
Yeah. And then they got people looking at space thinking it's infinite, and it would just like a little speck of shit here, and doesn't matter, and all that stuff. And farther disconnected from, maybe God or whatever, spirituality or whatever it is,
Yep.
So I definitely believe that. So, you know, the deception is real. That's like a main thing I talk about on here is like psyops and all that stuff. And, you know, one thing is like, what do you say to people who say flat Earth is like a psyop? Like,
I say I
I
used to
just wonder.
think the same thing.
Yeah.
I said the same exact thing because it's to discredit all the other truth, all the other truth out there. You know, I had exposing the big three, which was New York, Connecticut, and Boston events. And when flat Earth came around, I refused to look at it. Then when I finally looked at it, I like it's a psyop. But that's saying it's a psyop is just a lazy excuse. Okay, it's a psyop. Show me the psyop. If it was a psyop by now, with all the minds that have been looking at it, it would be gone. It would be gone. Like it's not real. The psyop is the globe. The psyop, the globe is literally, once you see the globe lie, you wonder how you ever believed it before. And there are 0.0 people going back to the globe. Okay. You flat earthers, you'll never change your mind. No, we changed our mind because we were globers.
Yeah,
right?
True. We're more open-minded.
Globers will never change your mind. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we're the ones looking into shit like deep and stuff, and questioning everything, not just like regurgitating the narrative and everything. So, and we're willing to change our minds because we did in the past. Because we were all indoctrinated. I was hard into space. I loved everything space and everything just up until I don't know, a few years ago, probably. Even when I was into all the other ones.
I let go of space, but if you think about it, the movie Star Wars, right? We all love Star Wars, right? You got the Galactic Federation, you got the hostile planets, you got the friendly planets, you got technology, you got all of this stuff. Now take that and put it on the flat Earth in the pond, the multi-world pond theory, right? That's scientifically possible. You could actually go in between worlds because it's only thousands of miles away and not ridiculous light years and trillions of miles, which is so stupid, right? Think of if Hollywood made a movie about the traveling in between, the adventures in between these worlds. It's literally Star Wars again, but here, something that's physically possible now, right? Outer space is scientifically impossible. The distances are absolutely ridiculous. The flat realm with the outer spaces, with the planetes, the pieces of the plane, that all makes total sense and is probably, in my opinion, closer to reality than anything else.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be nice to know,
It would be nice.
Land out there.
I always say, whenever we're talking anything beyond 60 degrees south or higher than we can get ourselves, we are speculating. We just want the right to go explore. Imagine if giant airships were still around. Giant airships were all over the place in the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
We should have aircraft carrier sized ships. We should have cities floating on these ships. And we should be able to, let's get on one and go on a 10-year expedition into the outer worlds, right?
Yeah.
There would be trade routes. There would be, just people traveling all over and reseeding this world. It would be incredible.
Yeah, right. Who are they to say where we can and can't go, right? Can't go there. That's ridiculous.
And again, if it's more enclosed, maybe there's other worlds and you can't get through unless you reach a certain level of spirituality,
Maybe that's part of it too, right?
Yeah.
The spiritual aspect to it.
I'm reading the series, The Navigator Across the Ice Wall. They're short books. The one I just read literally, I sat down and read it in 15 minutes. It's a little more of a pamphlet than a book, but it talks about that there's these membranes and you can't go through them unless you're vibrating at the right frequency.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
like, in a way,
and then there's a superdome over the whole thing. That makes a lot of sense to me. Again, not claiming any of it's real. I'm claiming it's a lot more reasonable than anything they taught us in astronomy class.
Right, and it's fun to think about, and why not, right? Why not think about stuff like that and think outside the box and come up with far out things like that. I think it sounds possible, stuff like that. I mean, Who knows?
I think it sounds probable.
You know? Yeah.
Probable. Not even possible. Probable.
I mean, it definitely feels like we're in a spiritual war too. There's some like, you know,
Think.
so yeah, I mean, you know, it's a propaganda war and a definitely there's something else to it though. So yeah, maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's to keep our frequency low, vibrating low,
Yeah.
you know, always scared of all the shit that they throw at us all the time. And we'll never get up to that certain frequency and get to the other part. Who knows? Sounds cool though. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, you know, try to better yourself and try to raise your vibration. What's wrong with that? Too, you know? That's what
100%.
I find a lot of like and in this stuff too is a lot of good like that. So it's you know, I call people crazy and shit talk people when you can find a lot of good and a lot of like positivity in this stuff too when you explore it.
How long has it been since you discovered the globe lie?
I started
About.
diving into it probably maybe like 5-6 years ago,
Okay,
dabbling
so
here and there.
you've
And then
been
all
in
the
it for a
videos
while.
went away, you know, when it went the purge, the
Yeah.
YouTube purge and all that shit. Then it was kind of something that I wasn't really diving into too much. And then, you know, I'd look into it here and there. I love like everything. Like I love looking into all different theories and anything. Like it's nothing like offends me or whatever, you know. So I just dive into stuff and yeah, so probably around that time. And
You
you
know what
know,
the biggest psyop is boredom. I don't
yeah,
think boredom exists in
I
reality,
agree. I
but
agree.
people don't live in reality and they're bored.
I agree.
I mean,
It-
I haven't been bored in 7 years for a friggin' second. Okay.
yeah.
It's actually the researching has stopped me from calming my mind. I used to meditate a lot more than I do now. Oh no, he meditates, it's bad, it's evil. No, it's not.
No.
Calm down,
Yeah, yeah.
connect with source, clear your head, right? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
always looking for more information. So
Yep. Same here.
yeah, but taking that time, when you actually stop, you actually learn more.
Mm-hmm.
You- So so again, flat Earth. Wow, when people say, "Well, it doesn't affect me. I still got to go to work on Monday." It's not even about that. It's more about just finding your mission. Your reason for being here. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal. It's
And
such a great thing.
yeah, and if anything, it's like I don't know. For me, it's flat Earth, but everything else is like a certain freedom to when you realize that this whole shit show is like a scam, right? A sham. It's all bullshit. They're fucking with you. There's a sense of freedom too, because now you can live outside of that shit and not be in the fear and not be in all the bullshit. It's just like it's definitely like what you said. Like, and there's no boredom because there's so much to explore. There's so much beauty out there, nature in the world, and when you dive into this stuff, you come across more and more of that. So I think that's part of it too, to like deter people from this kind of stuff because you find more beauty in the world because you're outside of the bullshit.
100%.
So I'm down with that. I agree.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to wake people up, and you know what? I'm noticing a lot more people are jumping on. A lot more people are making videos. There's people that are, I'll say it, and it's not because I want to sell more apps. My app is waking up a lot of people. I think it's waking up more people than anything else because it's something you have in your hand. Everyone has a phone that it works on. It's connecting people. Like people like I lost my family, thinks I'm crazy, my friends. But then you go on the app and you say, oh look, there's 5 blue dots right in my neighborhood. And then
Yeah,
you make new friends for life and real quality friends. And so there's people that are actually just making videos about the app and
that's cool.
introducing them to new audiences and stuff. And so it's really growing exponentially. But if more people did that, this thing could end in months.
Yeah, for sure. I always say in my podcast, like, speak up. Like, people, you got to, if you want, you should, start a podcast, do whatever. Just if you want to do it, don't be scared to talk about this shit anymore. You know what I mean? If you feel like the deception is real, get online, do whatever. Because that's it. More people speak up. More people just don't comply and don't go along with all this stuff. It just falls apart. So that's awesome that the app is connecting people, and it's called the flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac. clock app.
The longest, most annoying name. Just go to
But I got
flatearthdave.com,
it.
and that's where you find it.
Yep. I got it
Have you
down though.
used
I
Have you
haven't
used
got
the
it yet.
friend finder?
I haven't been on it yet. I was checking it out today, going through and looking at some of the stuff and the features on there, but yeah, I haven't really
Check out the friend finder. And it's amazing because you can message people around you, and everyone fill out your profiles. A lot of people don't realize on the right hand side of the map of the friend finder page, there's a little button with a little guy in it, and that's your profile. Fill it out. Put just some information. Put your name, what town you're from, or state. Put your age. Put whether you're single, if you're not.
right connect
and
people, right?
put a photo, and guess what? Every blue dot on there is somebody of a quality mind, right? Male, female, doesn't matter. There's best friends on there. Every single one of those people are quality people. And I haven't met a blue dot I don't like.
Yeah,
That's a
cool.
good t-shirt.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
never met a blue dot I don't
I'll
like.
definitely have to check it out. I wonder how many people in like this blue state hell are on that app, in Massachusetts. It's not a
There's
lot of
tons in Massachusetts.
yeah, I wonder, 'cause
Tons,
I don't know.
tons.
It's definitely a blue, but I mean, there's some red parts, but yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Not that that matters either, because the red blue bullshit is bullshit anyway. So, but
Yeah.
just seems sometimes around here that the people that are more closed minded are the people with the masks.
What else you got?
I mean, the most interesting things to me, Werner von Braun and NASA, and then his his headstone with the quote about the firmament and all that shit. It's like almost just like blatantly like in our face, Nazis in NASA, and the whole thing's just a deception. They're like masters of deception and propaganda. I don't know, just so that's what really got me.
The head guy over here to run NASA. No,
Yeah,
don't worry about there.
yeah,
That's fine.
and that's the thing, they don't teach you at all. You have to like learn that on your own. Operation Paperclip. And when I found all that stuff out, that really like blew my mind. So that I think that is like a good starting point to get people who are like somewhat into that you can get them like teach them about the deceptions and all that stuff, because that's out there. That's like undeniable, right? Operation Paperclip and all that. So I love that. And like Operation Fishbowl, you look into all that stuff. I mean, that to me is awesome. I love looking into that. Like that's what kind of got me the most.
Yep.
Was that, and looking into NASA and how, like you said, they're pretty ridiculous about their deceptions too. When you really start looking, they really count on people not to look at it at all.
Most people that believe in SpaceX and Elon Musk with his car in space and talk about it never watched it. They just heard about it on the news.
Yep.
Maybe they saw a 5-second clip of it, probably 4 1-second clips and 2 half-second clips, because that's how they do it. And they think it's the coolest thing ever, but they never really watched it. They never put a critical eye to it, because their brains can't imagine a lie that big coming from people that we're supposed to trust. Guy in a white lab coat said it, and therefore, if your default is you must trust them, it has to be real, they wouldn't lie, then you won't be able to see. Because whatever you see, you'll be like, wow, that was amazing. Because it is amazing, because it's a lie.
Yeah, right in your face, right in front of your face. And they're telling you that it looks so fake, or that it's real. Like Elon said about,
yeah, something, yeah, because it looks so fake.
Yeah, something like that.
You can tell it's fake because it looks so fake.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous, right? So, but yeah, Elon too, that's what's going on right now. He's the guy right now, right? Everybody's, they're worshiping him a little bit. A lot, actually. Like,
he released some Twitter files today or something.
Yeah, there's some more, right? Coming out.
There's some more, but again, I don't know what to make of that. I haven't even followed it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I think that he's definitely a psyop, himself. He's probably controlled opposition and all that. So, I don't trust anything.
A lot of people are saying, he is, but he's breaking out from his programming. He loved that story. Great story.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to put any weight on it, but I don't know, man. The guy fakes putting rockets into space.
Yeah.
Therefore, he's a fake.
He's not going to be trusted. Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing that you can trust from him. on my website, flatearthdave.com, scroll down to the Elon Musk banner. Elon Musk is a fraud, 5-minute video, and you'll find out that everything he's ever done is false.
Yeah, I for sure. And yeah, he's the new guy though. That everybody's worshiping him and stuff, and it's just you can see it. You can see the game
Controlled
being
opposition.
played. You can see the game being played. So yeah. So what's new with you? Anything? Any new like
I'm gonna be
discoveries?
Sean Hibbler. I'm down in Mexico right now, or out in Mexico to be more accurate. And Sean Hibbler is coming down here to film me and Santos Bonacci for Level with Me,
Nice.
the Next Level movie, which is coming up. And anybody that would like to support Sean, because he's totally donation supported, you can go to levelwithmemovie.com and throw him $5 or $500 or $5,000, whatever you want.
I'll put the link in my show notes.
Yeah,
for the
levelwithmemovie.com. And those movies are really waking up a new audience. And this time, Eddie Bravo is featured, not, he's in the movie instead of just featured.
Oh, yeah.
Word. And then we have Bryce, the pro wrestling, not the pro wrestling guy, Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, MMA, UFC?
The MMA guy.
I like that guy. He's cool shit.
He's in
that
too.
Oh, damn, cool. I didn't know he was
So now we're gonna hit the whole other crowd of people that are gonna watch this, and it's gonna go incredible. This movie, Sean says it's gonna be different than all the other movies. It's gonna be the best one. Not that the other ones are bad. And he has this. If you go to levelwithme.com and you donate $20 or more, the day the movie comes out, you get 3 high-def copies of all 3 Level movies sent to your email.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Cool.
What a deal! And those are amazing movies to have. Amazing,
Yeah,
not just because I'm in the second one. All right.
Yeah, they're cool movies. That Hibbler, he does great work. I've seen them, and I've listened to him on a few podcasts and stuff. And he's doing the work, man, for sure. He's getting the word out there. So I'll put that on the show notes. People go check that out.
Yeah, and catch his movie Fluvid. Amazing.
Fluvid. Yes. Fluvid. Yep. That's a good one too. I've seen that too. So I've checked out all this stuff. He does great work. So yeah, that sounds awesome. So what's it called? The new level?
Level with me.
Level with me.
Movie. No, not the movie. Levelwithmemovie.com.
All right, I'm gonna put that on there.
Levelwithmemovie.com. And watch the preview. It's got literally a preview. The real preview is coming out soon. But it's coming out Flat Earth Day in April.
Awesome.
We've hijacked Earth Day. It's now Flat Earth Day.
I think he's working on a movie with somebody else too on the George Floyd situation too.
Oh yeah.
That looks cool too. That one looks awesome too. With what's her name? Marion Henny. I don't know how to say her name.
Not sure who
B lady.
It is,
the B lady. She did
boy,
the movie The Vanished of the Bee.
If you have any belief,
she's awesome too.
Floyd nonsense. It's going to be dispelled.
That sounds interesting.
Holy moly.
I'm interested to see what that's all about.
Again.
Jeez, what's going on? I have supposedly the top Wi-Fi and everything. What's going on here? See, it looks like you froze.
No, you froze.
Well, look. Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't know what's going on.
Could be me.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's telling me my internet's unstable, which is probably true. You know what? I'm in Mexico. The internet.
Oh yeah.
It's very Mexican here.
How's it? What's it like there? Mexico, chill, pretty relaxing there.
Relaxed, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Totally relaxed.
That's cool. Very cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Seeing that, and any new discoveries, like any new proofs or anything you got, or like for
all of the Glover proofs are gone. The only thing they claim to have is they love looking up at the lights in the sky and go, they're spinning the wrong way. And we show you 150 different ways that they could spin the wrong way because we don't know what they are. The only thing we do know about those lights in the sky is they're not what they're telling us. You know,
there's something.
I say it in every show. Polaris is 433 light years away. They tell us if it was a light week away, you couldn't see it.
Yeah, right.
It's absolute stupidity. And so once you realize they're not what they tell us, then I don't care what motions they do. Shut up.
Right. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, for sure. So for you, when you first started getting into this, right? What was the what was the thing that got you? Like, what was the
Boats over the horizon. I
that was
started
the
watching a
yeah
bunch of videos,
that-
and the P900 had just come out then, and I bought it. Well, actually, it was a little before that. I used binoculars. I was like, whoa! And then I bought the P900 tripod, and I'm looking at stuff that should be way over the curve, and there it is.
there it
You
is.
know,
Yeah,
and the Glober is like refraction. You know,
yeah,
refraction limits your view. It doesn't extend your view. It doesn't pull things up from behind a curve. It hides things behind a refractive index.
right. So that's the one that got you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's because that's to me like one of the big ones too. Because like I said, they teach you that when you're a kid. You know,
Yeah.
they just say that's what proves it. Go to the beach.
On a ball, you're supposed to have a physical horizon at a set distance where things can be viewed no farther than, I think, 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height. And we can see way farther than that. We can
Yeah.
see. So on a flat Earth, the horizon's optical, it changes. On a globe Earth, the horizon also could be optical because of weather conditions. But on the perfect of most perfect days, there's a physical horizon still that never moves. So something that's behind that physical horizon, I don't care if it's foggy, then that horizon is going to appear to be closer, not farther, right?
Mm-hmm.
And anything behind that physical, curve will not be seen, but we're seeing it. Therefore, and the thing is, people go, "What's your best proof?" Every single one of them is my best proof because every
Right,
single one of them kills the globe completely.
right. Yeah.
The globe is nothing.
Yeah. And another thing too is like, what about just taking a picture of Earth, like from space? Like, why not just do that?
Well, they
Why is it?
claim they have,
Yeah, I know, but like, I mean, yeah, it's obviously doctored and photoshopped and all that, but why not just take like with these high powered telescopes, turn it around and take like a really cool picture of like
Well, they throw that back at. Why don't you take a picture of flat Earth? Well, because there's no outer space.
we don't have that. We're not the ones with the technology anyway that they say
Yeah.
they have to do it.
And
I don't have.
if you think about it, we've got a rover on Mars, nonsense. But the moon has the same size facing the Earth at all times. What a perfect place for a frigging camera pointing straight up at the Earth, right? It would always be pointed at the Earth. We'd see it going around. We could monitor things. It wouldn't cost
it'd be
NASA
awesome.
anything because sponsors would pay for the whole damn thing. Where is it?
It would be awesome, but yeah, where is it exactly?
It would be the highest viewed stream ever. Constantly.
I mean, they claim to take these pictures of planets and all the shit far out in space.
We could look a trillion years back in time.
Back in time, yeah, right. So
billions and billions of years.
Those are the things to me that are just interesting, and like flight paths and stuff too. You can just nobody looks at
flight paths prove flat Earth on my website on the app. Get Eddie's book, Flat Earth Banjo. 16 emergency landings. That's it. In the app on the images page, I've got all those graphics there. You just sit down with somebody and show them the graphics. You say, why don't this ever happen in the north? It only happens in the south.
Yeah.
It should happen in the north also, but it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Right. If you can just go around one side, like why do they do these crazy? They do some crazy flight paths when you really look into it. They really rely on people to not look into it. That's what it is. To take the time.
Or make excuses. Well, they have a hub,
Oh, yeah. That, yeah.
But then the emergency landings kill that. Kill it.
Yeah, emergency landings. Those ones.
They always land in a place that's impossibly too far to get there in the same amount of time. And it's always right on the line from the origin to the destination.
Yep. Exactly.
On a flat Earth, that is.
Yep.
Crazy.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but that's like a key thing. My show is like we're just trying to figure this reality out here, just try to dissect it.
Before we wrap it up, for your listeners, if you think this is crazy, I'm offering 3 Bitcoins for 1 globe proof. Get the app, watch the daily video every day for 2 weeks. At the end of that, if you think you have 1 globe proof, just 1, not 30. Send it to me and you win 3 Bitcoins. But before you send it, you have to hit the frequently asked questions button. Make sure your question is not answered there because it is. I've heard them all.
Yeah, and you've been doing that for a while, right?
And what happens is you're going to try to win the Bitcoins and you're going to end up being a flat earther. So if you don't want to be a flat earther, don't take the challenge.
All right.
All right. That's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put the your website and my show notes and everything and the link to
FlatEarthDave.com. Everything there. Everything.
Yeah, to get the app and everything.
App support, get the app. Elon Musk is a fraud. Eddie's book is there.
I'm gonna check that one out afterwards.
Yes, after 5 minutes, you'll love it.
Yeah, check that out.
Fantastic. And also if you're single or friendless, get the app. Find people. It's worth it. The app's $3. You get 95% of the features for the $3 forever. And then the subscription, if you want to be able to message other people, it's $11 a year. $11 a year. You ever buy anybody a drink at a bar, a margarita?
Yeah, it's like that, more than that nowadays, I think. I don't know. I don't drink, but yeah, I know it's expensive.
Okay, I mean,
but yeah,
go out for coffee.
Probably $20. It's probably $20 for a drink now.
Yeah. So I don't, and on the app, there's a referral system. If you put in your custom referral number and you tell people about the app, your app will keep score how many people download the app. And if you have 11 or more, you can trade in the 11 points for the subscription. So a lot of youngsters are out there with the app and they're like, I can't do the subscription. I'm on my mom's or dad's plan. Like, that's right. Just get 11 of your friends to get the app and then you get the subscription for free.
Oh, there you go. Sounds like a good way for people to connect and get the information out there and everything.
Right. And I want to give you a small exclusive. How do you feel about cryptocurrency? I just pay attention a little bit here and there, but I'm not really into it that much. There's an opportunity and this will cost you zero. So there's zero risk. Epic Cash is basically Bitcoin, but usable, where I could pay you in Epic Cash and it costs 1/100th of a cent in fees.
Okay.
1/100th of a penny. Okay. And it's got the coolest free wallet. It's easiest to use. You're going to see a pop-up on your app in the next, I'm not sure exactly when, but probably very soon. And it's going to say the first 100 people that watch the video, download the free wallet, which takes seconds, and include their receive address in a group, you get 10 free Epic coins. And guess what? Costs you nothing. And guess what? Okay. You can do nothing with them if you want. Okay. You can add more to them if you want, or you can just let them sit there. And what happens in 3 years if they're worth $1,000 a piece? I don't know. That's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Or if they're worth $50 a piece. Hey, free money. And then you're going to find that it's a really convenient, easy way. Remember when Venmo came out? People were like, that's crazy. That's not money. Now people are like, oh, you've got Venmo?
Yeah, it's like, everybody has it now.
Is true DeFi freedom, right? Because if we don't get off of their playing field and stop playing with their monopoly money, we will be slaves forever. Okay.
Yeah.
So Owen Benjamin was really against crypto. He still is, and he's fine. He has a lot of good points. But he sees the benefit in moving money and having private transactions.
Definitely.
So crypto, digital money is a way to enslave society. That's what's coming. And we can use the blockchain, which is literally the only thing in this world that can be trusted. Because, hey, I trust you, but you can lie to me. The blockchain can't lie, and nobody can control it. So without, making this a crypto show, watch out for that. Get the wallet, get those 10 coins, and then forget about it if you want, or, maybe tell some friends about it too. And I think that it's an incredible opportunity. And, in a few years, people are going to be emailing me like, hey, Dave, I saw your show and I got those 10 coins, and you know what? And one day I had an extra $100 and I bought $100 more. And now I'm bought a house. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. People don't understand what could be done. So
I definitely think we got to figure out a way, to definitely circumnavigate the system as much as we can.
Two
ways
we can. Get off of their globe and get off of their money system. Come up with a better way. Anybody. I'm down.
Yeah, I agree. I'll definitely check it out. I'll put some links on my show notes for people to check out too, whatever. So,
Yep. It'll
all
all
right.
be on flatearthdave.com when it goes live. So
All right.
everything there. All
Sounds
right.
good. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on, talking to me and everything, taking the time,
Cool.
shooting the shit. It was fun.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Send me a link when you post this. All right.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good night. See ya.
You too.
All right. That was David Weiss, aka Flat Earth Dave. And that was awesome just having a conversation with him. He's a really great guy. Seems like a nice guy, really positive all the time. So I recommend, I'm going to put the links in the show notes for you, checking out all the links, going down the rabbit hole, and let me know what your thoughts are on all this. Reach out. It's about having an open mind. It's about discussions. Don't turn into Agent Smiths and freak out about the taboo subjects that they want you to feel weird about, right? So reach out. Let me know. The Brave New World Order podcast at gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter at Brave NWO podcast. Follow the podcast. Subscribe. Share. If you like what I'm doing here, it's the only way to crack the algorithm is with your help. So I really appreciate it. Follow, subscribe, share with anybody who will listen. And if you want to help out and support the show, a couple links in the show for you. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link in there, as well as one through the service that I host this through, Anchor. So help out the podcast if you want. If not, subscribe, follow, so you can see when new episodes come out. And if you don't do that, then tune in anytime I drop episodes, go searching for it, because I don't really have a schedule. So if you subscribe and you follow, then you will know when I put out new episodes. But it's all good. I'm just glad you're here, listening, tuning in, having an open mind, staying positive, thinking for yourself, questioning everything. And I will be back soon. Peace out. Much love, everyone.